Alrighty. Hello everyone. I'm going to try something a little bit different today because it's been something that I've been curious about expressing, and I'm going to try and just let it happen without letting my mind get too involved in it. So I'm going to do a tarot reading for you guys today and for myself. Basically, I'm experiencing nervousness right now because I feel like I'm not ready to do this. I feel like I'm not worthy, like I'm not knowledgeable enough to have this experience with you and with myself, but that is not true, and it's the first time I'm doing this. Like, of course, I need to have grace for myself and can't expect that I'm just going to naturally have the words for all the cards that come up and know how to interpret things. Like, I don't have much experience with directly interpreting the cards as they come up. So it's going to be a little clunky. I'm going to do a little bit of reading. Like, I'll try to just keep the camera going and not like cut through this as I'm editing it. But like, my intention is that I can just kind of drop into my more intuitive side and allow the message to come to me and use symbols that I know how to interpret. And basically, this isn't just a message for any old random person. This is going to be a message for those who are on the same path as I am, because this is also going to be a message for me. And through watching tarot videos online recently, I've just kind of seen that there is like I don't know how to describe it, but basically there is an online collective grouping of people that find the videos that are right for them. I really do believe that that is how YouTube works. At least there has been, like, the most amount of synchronicities that I experience in my life come from YouTube. Anyways, I believe that this video will find you if you are on the same path as me, and if these cards are the message that you need to hear. So with that being said, I'm going to I don't know what the fuck to say right now, so I'm just gonna sip this. Alright, so I've got a ton of decks going on here, and I don't know which ones I'm going to use. We're just going to kind of get into it, but I want to start with this one because I just picked it up today, and it's one that's been calling out to me the last couple of times I've been in the store. I just feel very drawn to its colors and the imagery, like the artwork, the art style of the deck. So I don't want to talk about the cards. I don't want to talk about the decks at all. I just want to get into it. But I want to start this reading with this deck because it feels like it's a part of my soul that is being birthed now that I bought something that feels like it speaks to me. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I get that way when I buy something that feels like it's an expression of my soul. So I want to begin this reading with this deck because I want the first card to be kind of like the guiding light for the rest of this reading. So yes, we'll see what comes up here. This is absolutely beautiful. Wow. Okay. I think we've got a couple here. Okay, so because this is an oracle deck I've never used before, I have no initial interpretation because these are archetypes that I haven't worked with before, but we've got the monkey and the key. The monkey and the key. Interesting. Okay, let's get a general idea of what this is. The monkey, spirit of inspiration. For someone out there, you are the reason they keep trying, and it is not related to how much you do or don't do. It's simply when you are being authentic and passionate while doing your own thing that you bring the most joy to the world. The spirit of the monkey wants to remind you today that you are a vehicle for inspiration. When you align with your purpose and become enthusiastic about life, you silently touch the lives of the people you love and bring light into this world. And when inspiration knocks at your door, turn it into action. It can be a fleeting guest and leave unexpectedly, so don't waste its visit. So I guess initially I feel like this kind of represents my spontaneous decision to do this reading even. It's like, I want to do this because I want to inspire others, because when I see people do videos like this, it makes me inspired. And I want to be that force in the world. So I feel inspired because I feel like I have the knowledge around symbolism and like patterns and principles that are recurring in the human psyche, and I have a deep desire to express that and to gift the world with that. So I suppose this feels like a confirmation that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm following my inspiration and my intuition to just let this moment come out of me. And yeah, that's really nice. That's nice. All right, let's move on. The key. What secrets lie within your heart? What do you desire and hope with your whole soul? You keep so many wonders within you. Just imagine the possibilities you could unlock if you lived from your potential instead of living in fear. Before you go any farther, you need to believe you are enough, and that is something that needs to rise with honesty from your heart. The whole world could be rooting for you, but if you don't see yourself as the brilliant being you are, you'll miss out on the blessings life has for you. Therefore, open the secret chambers of your heart and let the light softly enter and heal it. I like that first line the best. Everything you are searching for already lies within your heart. And being willing to face the fear that might come up when you feel a resistance towards expressing whatever you're inspired to do. Because inspiration is often met with resistance. And the key to get through that resistance is to trust that you already have everything that you need and that there's no need to be afraid. So with that initial message, let's continue, and maybe we'll come back to that deck because it is just really calling out to me. Let's go with Rider-Waite. Is there anything I want this to represent? So let's maybe get a tarot card to represent us right now, because there's just something very special about the storyline, the symbolism, the archetypes of the tarot, and I want us to... Okay, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I know that this card is like, well, 5 of any suit is often the challenge of the suit. And I've pulled this card recently, but in reverse, it seems like it's the end or the opportunity for the end of a financial struggle that's been going on for a long time, maybe. Because I feel like the reverse means that it's actually a positive thing and not a negative thing. Let me just... 5 of Pentacles, loss of hardship, a loss of hardship resulting in a spiritual awakening. Overcoming hardship slowly but surely, strong need to make a new start in life, financial hardship is relieved. Okay. Accept the lesson learned and be ready to move on. Maybe this could have something to do with like our actual financial situation and how using our inspiration and not being afraid to actually trust our heart and allow ourselves to flow without fear. Perhaps leaning into that and allowing that to flow more freely will help us to overcome this financial obstacle. Let's pull another one just to clarify that 5 of Pentacles card. Temperance. There's some cards that I pull for myself repeatedly. Temperance is not one of them. But she's got 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot in the water. She's got the 2 cups balancing the flow that is between them. We've got the sun rising magnificently over the horizon. She's got rays beaming from her head with the sign of the sun in her forehead. So it's a very balanced, positive, obviously free-flowing, abundant feeling card. But let's go to this interpretation because I really love this book here. Temperance comes immediately after the Death card. Creativity, artfulness, union of male and female energies, spiritualization of matter, finding one's true form, harmony, equanimity. Refrain from criticizing the process that is taking place within you. You are inwardly busy with the merging of your male and female energies. This brings about the balance that you seek. That has been a major theme. Well, obviously, in the last couple of years, it's no secret that balancing masculine and feminine energies is something that is going on in the collective right now, and it's something that we're healing. But it's really hit home for me in the last couple of weeks, like what the masculine in my body and what the masculine in my emotions and in my mind is for me, and what the feminine is, and how my masculine side has been dominating and my feminine side has been severely suppressed. And even though I've heard from external sources for years now that there's an imbalance and that the masculine is overriding the feminine, yada yada, I never really realized how much it was affecting me personally and what that meant for me personally. It was like I could see the story of it, the truth of it, the balance of it, the principle behind the duality and the union of the two, but I couldn't see it in my own life in a practical, tangible, direct way. So this is a lesson involving really, honestly, it was like I couldn't see my shadow because my shadow was casting an illusion that was perpetuating a veil that I couldn't see behind. So for example, my mind was, and maybe this is the case for you and that's why I'm sharing this, but my mind is a representative of the toxic masculine. It's like the way my mind works in my life is very controlling. It's very consistent, persistent. It's very shovey. It's very worried. It's very anxious. It's actually not that anxious, but it's like constantly forcing me and asking me questions on how I can do life better and what I can do to like perpetually move forward and better myself and do like, what am I going to do? How am I going to act in the world that will make my life better? And I've been focused on what I need to do, what I need to think, what I need to analyze, fixing problems, all that stuff, thinking that that is going to get me the solution. But that is what's causing the problem in the first place, is that kind of mental, physical energy. And the direction of that in my body and in my life is causing an imbalance. And quite frankly, was causing this. So in order to actually balance my body, in order to actually balance the energy that is within me, I need to lean into my feminine side more. And that, if that means anything, it means letting go of my mind's perpetual, insistent need to analyze and to solve problems and to think about things in my life. Like, this is a never-ending spiral that leads me to entrapment. Maybe think about what your feminine means in your body. Like for me, it's my body and my emotions. My masculine side is my spirituality and my mental bodies, my spiritual body and my mental body versus my emotional body and my physical body. And I've been neglecting my physical and my emotional bodies and putting hyper emphasis on my mental and my spiritual bodies. So think about how that feels for you and what parts of you might be neglecting without not even knowing it, or what parts, like in my case, you're perpetually covering up your shadow because you're trying to find it, I feel like that's what I was doing. And let's just see if there's anything else on that could come out. What is going on inside you now is yet too fragile to be dragged out into the open and killed by explaining it away. So what is building in you, the feminine, internal, intuitive, psychic powers, feelings, the ways of being that are more feminine inside of us are too sensitive because they're just beginning to grow. This is an internal thing, and you need to trust your own relationship with this process and not worry about externalizing it and using your rational mind to explain it to people and to rationalize it and to explain it, because the feminine can't be rationalized and explained, and it's at such a young place within you that would kill it. It's too fragile to be dragged out and killed by explaining it away. Give yourself the freedom of not having to justify the delicate process of your spiritual development that must take place in secrecy. Respect what is happening in the darkness. Have faith in its appropriateness. Simply relax, and most of all, be kind to yourself. At the right time, the fruits of your internal labor will become clear, visible in your behavior, and especially in your work. At the right time, the fruits of your internal At the right time, the fruits of your internal... Why can I not read this? Maybe I need to stop. At the right time, the fruits of your internal labor will become clearly visible in your behavior, and especially in your work. So maybe you're kind of like me and you've been wanting to create some sort of income, and not for the sake of creating income, but because you want to give your gifts and have it give back to you. Like, you don't want to create a business because you want to quit your job and you want to have a business that sustains you necessarily. Maybe you just have all of these desires and these inspirations inside of you that want to come out and be created and manifested in the world. But, well, first of all, because you've been so imbalanced, you've been causing financial struggle because you've been maybe you've been putting too much focus on your creative endeavors bringing you money. And so that worry, that anxiety around money, and the thoughts involved in how to create money while being creative and using your inspiration to create things in the world and to express yourself, that has created financial imbalance because your masculine and feminine sides aren't working together. You're not creating out of your inspiration. You're not creating out of your joy and your desire to give and to express yourself. You're creating because you think it will make you money. But maybe you've been trying little things here and there and none of it has really stuck, or none of it's really progressed to a point where it could really make you money. But you don't want to stop doing these things, like whatever it is. If you keep following your inspiration and trusting that you and everything you've been through on your journey has gifted you with exactly what you need in order to give these things that you're inspired to give, trusting that and leaning less on your mental thoughts and what your mind tells you should do and need to do and could do, and the analytics and the algorithm of it all, and leaning more into just creating because it makes you feel good, no matter what the outcome is, no matter what it will give you. And the more you can balance these two, at least in your creative life, balancing the feminine and masculine aspects in your creative life will actually start to show up like the At the right time, the fruits of your internal labor will become clearly visible in your behavior. So maybe you've been trying to be something and to create a life and to create a version of yourself that is in alignment with your highest self, but because you're out of balance, your feminine side has been kind of suffocated by the thoughts that your mind thinks, like, I need to do this in order to be the person that I want to be, and I need to do this in order to get money, creating what I want to create and what I'm inspired to create. And because of this dominance from your masculine side, your outward life and your work, the thing that brings you finances and the way that you are in your world, like externally, has been out of balance and not what you want it to be, because you're not allowing yourself to just be. You're not allowing this. What do you desire and hope with your whole soul? You keep so many wonders within you. Just imagine the possibilities you could unlock if you lived from your potential instead of living in fear. There's so many wonders within you that are hidden and locked away because you're afraid that if you give these parts of yourself, you won't be understood. Maybe you're afraid that you'll be judged by anyone. Judgment from anyone hurts, doesn't have to be from a loved one. But think of the possibilities you could unlock if you lived from your potential instead of your fear. And the more we're able to really feel our inspiration and what lights us up, what the fire that is within you, what fire within you rises within you and creates that inspiration that wants to come out. Like, in order for that inspiration to come out and actually physically gift you with a balanced, abundant, successful life, not just in monetary terms, but in fulfillment terms, you have to trust your damn heart and allow your heart to be vulnerable without giving into the fear of what might occur to harm you. So, let's just take a minor break to have a peek at this. Let's do this one. Okay, on the feminine side, I get the now and what's your honest truth. Being in the right place at the right time, sense of time speeding up as you move toward your dream. Time is always on your side. The universe has brought you right here, right now, so be here now. Nothing else is tangible. Got a dog coming out. Hello. You cannot change the past, and you can only change the future by making changes today. Your now is always the only moment when you can actively inspire change. Notice the wonderful life you have already started creating, and trust that you have all the time you need. When you stop seeing time as something to work against, change can happen in the blink of an eye. Things shift quickly when you are aligned with the divine. Your miracle will flow into your life in perfect arrangement, so begin to act in a way that shows trust in its arrival. What's going on right now for you with time? There's an imbalance. So that's definitely the case for me. I feel like my masculine mental side is constantly giving me anxiety because it feels like I don't have enough time. I am anxious when I'm doing the dishes or doing the laundry because I'm rushing to get it done because I feel like I need to spend my time doing something more meaningful. And I am often paralyzed by indecision because I feel like I only have this amount of time tonight to like create the most amazing night and like use this time wisely. And I feel like most of the time what I really want to do, if I lean into, which this has been a really great practice for me, is to just, if I can, get out of my mind and into the reality of the moment. Like, how much time do I really have? In my life, I have a lot of time, and I'm still so anxious and so rushed about how little time I feel I have. The masculine side of time is associated with the future because we're thinking constantly about what could be, what needs to be, what should be, what we have to do in order to get to where we want to be. And the feminine side of time is pulling us back to the present moment because she represents the past, and bringing us out of the future and into the present moment and saying, what is it that you want to do now? Allowing your body and your desires and your intuition and your inspiration to come up from your body and speak in the moment, because you will never be in touch with your feminine side if you are constantly in your mind. You will never be in touch with your feminine side if you're constantly out of time, out of touch with the reality of the moment, which is what's happening right here, right now. If you are thinking about what's going to happen, what you should do, what needs to happen in order to get the goal, the thing, all the things that your mind thinks about, at least for the majority of my life, I'm thinking about what I should be doing to get myself the life I want to live, to get myself to become the person that I want to be. My mind is consumed with thoughts of how I can best spend my time. But I also severely work against my body, because my body is basically always telling me that it doesn't want to do mental activity. It's telling me to slow the fuck down. It's telling me to get into my body. It's telling me to relax, to actually allow myself to relax and not do anything. So the next card kind of ties into this. What's your honest truth? Like, what is it? What's going to help you? Like, the feminine is calling you to come back to the moment, because she can't live in the hype of the future. Like, she is right here. She also has a lot of weight in the past because she's related with emotions, and emotions are tied to the past, and how those past emotions tie into our body is also another rabbit trail. But if we can be more present with ourselves and say, what is it that is true for me right now? What does my body want right now? Forget about what I thought I should do today. Forget about what I thought I should do with this half an hour, this hour, this evening that I have. What do I want? What does my heart want? What does my body want? Do I need to lay down? Do I need to stretch? Do I need a massage? Do I need to just watch something to release my mind? Do I need to meditate? Do I want to read a book? Like, just let yourself stop thinking and tap into your body. What does your body want and need? What does your heart want and need? What does your inspiration, your creativity want to give out of this moment? Okay, let's pull a masculine one. So this is, on the masculine side, the Ace of Fire. Fire is wands, which represents the spiritual realm. So like I was saying, swords and wands would be representative of, at least for me, the masculine side. And the swords is more the mental realm, so that's been like my mind has been so overactive thinking about the spiritual realm. But my true masculine side, so I kind of feel like at this moment in time, fire is like the light side of the masculine, and swords or air is like the dark side of my masculine. And the light side of my masculine is saying that it has a journey that needs to begin. Like, this is the ace of the suit, and I feel like this lies in the root of my being right now. This is in my root chakra right now. That's something that was revealed to me in another reading, and maybe that's kind of the same for you. It's like there is this masculine fire, this will, this inspiration, this creativity. This feels like more like a Leo fire burning, childlike, creative expression that is like burning at the base of your spine, and it wants to come up, but it's at the beginning stages right now. It's like it's full of fucking potential, but it hasn't manifested yet. And this has nothing to do with the mind. This is embodiment. This is true like vitality and an expression and the courage to express. And this is kind of lying dormant right now at the base of your spine, and getting more in touch with your feminine side is going to bring this fire up through your body and allow it to come out in your life. So this is on the masculine side. Anything else for the masculine that could gift us right now? Interesting. This is also so interesting. And I don't know, maybe it's just the way the cards were put back in the deck, but this is the other card that I got recently when I pulled. I did a reading for myself that was around this masculine feminine imbalance within my body, and these are the two cards that came out. Well, 2 out of 4 cards that came out for me in that reading. So this one, it's like, I'm just going to repeat the message that I got for myself to you, because obviously there's something that you need to hear in this too. But this is the King of Swords. So it's like your mental realm, your mental energy, your mental capacity, the suit of swords in your life has been mastered. You are the king of your mind. But there's still there's like just an overuse of the mind, because, not because the mind is necessarily underdeveloped, but because the other, like the physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of you are underdeveloped. So your mind is just like over like just dominating. But this is kind of saying, direct your mind, use the mastery of the mind that you have gained through this just dominance of this element in your life, and use your mind to direct your consciousness, your attention onto the more like long-standing, like courageous, fiery aspects of the masculine side. Come here. Like the masculine isn't just mental. The masculine has a warrior aspect that is courageous and loyal and good. Like I'm having a really hard time like finding words for the like positive embodiment of masculine energy. But yeah, it's like visually these cards do a great job at kind of displaying like a positive, slow burning masculine that is like bright and warm and comforting and dependable and radiant and warm, you know, and secure like the sun. And we're kind of done with the swords. Like we're kind of done with that area of life, and that area of life almost needs to be like cut off. And like we need to, every time our mind gets going, use our mind to direct our consciousness and our attention into the other areas of our life and into the present moment, so that we can lean more into our inspiration. And don't be afraid. Because whatever force is in you that is desiring to come out of you has the potential to radically change your life if you let it. And I think I'm going to pull one more and be done with this. You know what? No, I'm not going to dive into another deck. I'm just going to go back to this one. And we're going to wrap it up somehow. So interesting. I'm just going to point out the synchronicity right now because I pulled the Buffalo card. And right before I started this video, I finished this little video that I made of a little trip that we did. We went to Buffalo, New York, to see Jose Gonzalez. And this tarot deck, or this oracle deck, is made by Christina Gonzalez. And I don't know. If that ain't a synchronicity, I don't know what is. Anyways, the buffalo. Let's see. I've seen a lot of buffaloes in the last few days, so it's also the card that comes before. Now, this is a new deck, obviously, so it's not properly shuffled, but still, these two fell out together, and then this came as my third, and this is 41, 42, 43. So that's interesting. But let's see what this says. Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive that is youer than you. Dr. Seuss. Maybe someone else can do it better, bigger, or faster, but no one can do it like you do. It's in your unique talents, with the sensitive way you see the world and the lessons you've learned, that you can stand out. You don't need to be the best. You just need to be happy and content with where you are and who you are. Your story doesn't need to look like anyone else's. There is not a single timeline that works for everyone. You just need to be you and do it in your time. The more authentic you become, the healthier your relationships will be, because you'll let people love you for who you truly are. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not too bright. Not for the right people. But you can only find your soul family by finding yourself. I feel like the general message is just to trust what you're sensing at this point in your life. Like, there's been a lot of searching leading up to this moment, and you're finally at a place where it's like all of the uncovering, all of the learning and the discovery that you've done about yourself and about what you want and what your values are and who you are at your core and how you desire to create and express in this world. You've done the work to kind of discover those things. And you're almost like trapped in the mental world of like thinking that there's still more to uncover, that there's still more to solve, that there's still more answers to find about who you are, about what your path is in life. And we're really being called to trust our inspiration, trust the gifts that want to come out of us, and not be afraid to let them be. Trust our heart, trust our authentic expression, and just allow who we are to come out. Because there are hidden, there are hidden gifts in you. And those things that you're hiding because you're afraid to let them out, those things that make you you, it's like you're afraid to let them out because you think that there's like a version of life that you're expecting because of what other people have done, like the path, even like your role models, like the way that they create YouTube videos, the way that they do Instagram, the way that they look and dress, and the way that they speak, the way that they talk about themselves, the way that they create art, the people that you look up to, you're almost like trying to think, how can I do it like them? But you have your own way. And the only way, like, the more you keep thinking, I need to do it like this, I should do it like this, I have to get things, like, the more you consistently are tapped into this masculine side, the more you're going to create this imbalance in your life. And in order to gain the balance, we have to actually learn how to tap into our feminine and let go of the mind and lean into what the honest truth is for us in every single moment. And this never goes away. You don't have 5 hours to do this and then it goes away. This is eternal. The ability to tune into yourself right now and choose what's your truth, what do you want, what do you need right now, that is eternal. You can do that the second you wake up, right before you go to bed, right when you get into your car. You can do it while you're brushing your teeth. You can do it when you have an hour to be alone. You have everything you need. You don't need to search for it anymore. You just need to let go of your mind and lean into what your body is saying, what your intuition is saying. What do you want to create? Who are you? Let that come out of you. And when you get stuck in your mind, remember that you've already learned everything you need to learn. You've got your mind mastered. You don't need to figure anything out anymore. You don't need to solve the problem of your life. You don't need to solve the problem of who you are. Just let it come alive. Let it wake up in you. And yeah, I really feel like this is going to be a beautiful expression. It's like we haven't really had the opportunity to do this yet because we've been learning the lessons. And there's been a lot of really hard lessons perpetually. It's like we almost feel like we're not ready to like actually step into this new life and this new self that we feel is calling out to us. We feel like we're not ready or it's not time yet because in the past we've always been shut down. We've always had to start over. We've always had to, again, look within and try and figure out what's going on. There's always been these problems to solve within us. And now we've mastered those problems. Those problems are logically solved. The only problem left is to integrate the different parts of ourselves that have been neglected. There's no more mental activity. There's no more problems that need to be solved. We just need to wake up our bodies, wake up our fire, our flame, our energy, and allow that to move through our bodies freely by tapping into the present moment and letting our bodies wake up, letting our bodies and our feminine side, our intuition, our inspiration to wake up and flow out of us and express in a way that we've been longing to do, but we haven't been able to because we've been out of balance. So I hope this went well and feel free to leave me any comments that you wish to, because obviously this is my first time doing this, and if it went well and you'd like to see more, that would be fun. And either way, I hope whoever watched this got something from it, because I certainly did. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, whatever form that takes.